How are you? Good to see you.
No one knows fashion like the amazing André Leon Talley.
Now that's what you'd say, totally blown away brilliant.
Come inside André's incredible world and meet the designers who make fashion what it is today. From the most well-known to the most respected and the unexpected. Exclusive backstage access, front row excitement, and fashion insider knowledge. This is style maker André Leon Talley.
Well, my name is André Leon Talley. I work at Vogue, editor-at-large.
He's one of the most influential personalities in the world of fashion.
Prada, darling, and it's white and it's fresh. Fashion is and always has been the art of living, the art of joy, the art of enhancement.
As the legendary contributor to the world's most important fashion book, André Leon Talley is a style maker whose larger-than-life presence determines which designers will make fashion headlines around the world. From Paris to Milan, and front row and backstage at New York's Fashion Week.
I have a philosophy that the world is my office. Fashion is so quick that I am constantly out in the world of fashion.
With a spectacular career that spans almost 4 decades, André Leon Talley is a giant in the world of design with a lifelong dedication to beauty and style.
Fashion is actually what people do that reflects their culture. Fashion isn't always, as I always say, what you're wearing. It is access, instant access to a kind of world that is both reality and dream.
But it's not just the clothes and the beautiful people that André's interested in. It's the designers themselves.
My relationships to designers is always based on a very, very intense mutual respect. Respect for the craft, respect of the culture.
His professional relationships with the fashion elite have evolved into personal friendships.
Thank you. It means so much coming from you.
Thank you, André. From you, that's a huge compliment.
Coming from you, it's very special. Thank you.
Giving him the inside track on what fashion is today and where it's going tomorrow.
Wonderful, wonderful. They call me André.
A living legend in the world of fashion, Diane von Furstenberg designs for the modern woman. Diane originally made her mark in the 70s with her signature wrap dress. She quickly became a fashion icon. Today, attracting glamour girls Kate Hudson, Paris Hilton, and Carmen Electra.
We're backstage at Diane Furstenberg with her Adam and Eve show. You look wonderful. Wonderful, yes. I know Diane since she was on the cover of Newsweek at the age of 28 for the print wrap dress. She's one of my oldest friends for 30 years. Diane and I have just had a great life from the days of 54 when we were up and down the dance floor. I saw all the reinventions of Diane Furstenberg up to the point today where she is selling Diane Furstenberg product in 42 countries. She's great because she just constantly reinvents herself through the energy and her love of life and her love of women and loving women to look good in a dress that's affordable. So, darling, Adam and Eve.
It's all about Eve. Wait until you see.
And Eve, what is Eve doing?
Well, first there was the light and the shadow, and then the leaves and the sleigh, and then came woman.
Oh. Diane Furstenberg's biggest contribution to American fashion has been making fashion for women of all walks of life. She knows what's going to make a woman look utterly feminine and utterly sophisticated and feel good and feel great.
Start the show with a wrap dress.
With a wrap dress.
And she is, but it's it's a trompe-l'oeil. So she has a snake going all the way and coming down.
Sensual, the snake. Great. The true Diane, wrap dress with a snake. That's great. Gorgeous, gorgeous. She is making extraordinary clothes because she is still doing the wrap dress, but updating it. Sometimes doing reissue of the vintage wrap dress prints. But she knew this year that color was important, and she had a wonderful dress with a bee print. This I love, this. In cotton. That her studio didn't want her to show, and she insisted on it being shown. That's because if you have a point of view, it's going to come out, and it's going to be great. Be strong, beautiful, and seduce. I think that's great. Look straight at the cameras, be strong, beautiful, and seduce. I love that you did that just now.
Okay, be very sure of yourself, chin up, be beautiful, be strong, and seduce.
From the backstage, you get the sense of the immediate suspense of people walking on eggshells. The girls look great, and it's always fun because as they're waiting to go out on the runway and present the best effort or the best look, backstage sometimes there's a kind of silent anxiety. Diana Furstenberg sets an example of how to have a brand that can constantly be reinvented over and over again. And that's what fashion is. It was beautiful. Another one, another one. You're only as good as your point of view, and if your point of view has integrity and comes from within, it has power.
From veteran fashion maven to fresh up-and-comer, Rachel Roy is a woman with a powerful vision. Rachel Roy is best known for her line of feminine and sophisticated clothing designed for the working woman. As a mother who's married to musician Damon Dash, her brand of casual elegance appeals to superstars like Jessica Simpson, Penelope Cruz, and Iman.
Rachel Roy, I've met recently. I'm just a great friend and supporter. She sent me a note. She writes the most beautiful notes. She has the most beautiful manners, and she's beautiful to look at. Rachel Roy, here we are in your first official presentation.
First official presentation.
And congratulations, because I think it was extraordinary and impressive for its sense of
It means
modern,
so much
appropriate
coming
elegance.
from you.
Rachel Roy is a woman dedicated to the idea of drape, refinement, appropriate dressing. I saw so many beautiful pieces. That beautiful matte sequin dress with the window pane back is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it's all hand beaded, and it's, you know, an inspiration a bit from Jackie O, still conservative, with a bit of a twist.
This dress will just pop off the rack.
A lot of women out there have to have the same outfit on at 9 a.m. as 9 p.m.
Yes.
And you want to be comfortable doing that, but you have to be chic at the same time.
Yeah. Dressing for work, dressing for dinner, grooming, all of these things are the tools that she uses in her own personal life that she expresses in her work, and people love it. Talk to me about this beautiful Wedgwood blue.
This is my opera dress, and this is made for a woman size 0 or not size 0, because everyone can be smaller at the waist, and then you just cover the hips. You don't need to know what's going on in there, and you can look just as chic.
And I think Rachel has a big, big career to go. She will have many, many wonderful moments in fashion as long as she wants to, because she is a woman with a point of view. And that point of view is so brilliantly expressed that other women will relate to it. My wonderful Rachel Roy, my friend, I love the collection.
You ever.
From bridal to couture to ready to wear, Vera Wang is the designer for every woman. Vera Wang first gained fashion notoriety with her elegant interpretation of the modern wedding dress. Her simple lines and elegant shapes appeal to the fashion sophisticate, and she's built an empire around the Vera Wang label. Celebrities like Keira Knightley, Michelle Williams, Deborah Messing, and Sarah Michelle Gellar have all been seen on the red carpet in Vera's creations.
Vera Wang and I go way back. We were working at Vogue at the same time. When I got to Vogue in 1983, Vera was already a senior fashion editor. Vera has been an extraordinary inspiration to me because of her enthusiasm, her passion, and her dedication to the world of fashion. And Vera climbed that mountain for so many years, first at Vogue, then at Ralph Lauren, and now on her own. Vera's work is based on an extreme passion and research. I am very, very happy to be speaking from backstage with Vera Wang, who has, at this moment, perhaps achieved the most extraordinary moment in her career. But everything has been inspired by the world of the dance, a ballerina's tutu, but it is not a costume. It is about grace and gentility and fragility all at the same time. These are not clothes for women who have no confidence of themselves. You know, recently she lost her father, but the night before her father passed away, she was working on her show until the wee hours of the evening. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, she got the call that her father was passing. We thought we would never see Vera at her show at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. and a very powerful moment to see Vera come out on that runway. And I say that Vera came out that runway for her father and herself. She calls me family, and she is family.
We are together.
This is one of the most beautiful things you've ever achieved in your life.
Thank you.
The beauty and the magic of the construction, the control of your craft and technique.
Thank you, Andre. From you, that's a huge compliment.
And you created something in the life of a dancer's world. You've made it modern for women who want to be beautiful, poetic, feminine.
Feminine. I think they can be layered and worn any personal way you want.
Okay, here's your beautiful daughter. It's her birthday. Happy birthday.
This is Josephine.
Josephine, happy birthday. Did you love the collection?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
What would you wear?
All of it if I were tall enough.
Oh, darling, you don't have to be tall. Vera is so proud to be working in fashion. That's a great thing when you feel that you're no longer, you're proud, you're not blasé. How do you feel about fashion today? How do you feel?
I feel that, I feel I have a vision that is my own, and it's things that I emotionally am connected
It's
to.
emotionally
as a woman.
charged, yes,
right,
as a woman.
And I think that that's how I would like to look.
This is the most beautiful spring collection.
Thank
Your
you.
father will be proud of your walk on the runway.
Thank you, Andre.
You make us all proud. Thank you, darling. I love you.
Thank you.
I always say, what's next for Vera? She's a determined person to be always on the top of her game. That's a big achievement for her. She deserves it because she is so passionate about her work.
Up next, one of fashion's most celebrated designers who sets the trends for Hollywood's it crowd, and the man handpicked by Nicole Kidman to create her most important looks.
To dress Nicole Kidman is a big thing.
A dream.
It's a dream come true.
Absolutely.
And later, travel from the woods to the runway.
It's so big and brawny, and yet there's such delicacy to what you do.
On Style Maker, André Leon Talley. The cutting edge of fashion is often defined by innovator Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs burst onto the design scene in the 80s with his own clothing line and later designing for Perry Ellis and Louis Vuitton. 20 years later, he's still one of the hottest designers around with a huge celebrity following. From Lindsay Lohan to Mina Savari to Nicole Richie, his daring designs have lifted him into the fashion spotlight as a future trendsetter.
Backstage passes only.
You're so thin. I'm trying to get as thin as you. You're so thin. I love it. Marc Jacobs is one of the great American designers who struggled for many years, who had not a dime. He is an inventor, and he defines the season often with his collections. He's just a great friend, and he's always been a great supporter, and I've been a great supporter of his. It's not about relationships, it's about respect and mutual dedication and devotion to the craft. The shock and awe of Marc Jacobs' show was simply that he was going back to big proportions, volume, fantastic, exaggerated proportions. There is a sense of beautiful details in the clothes. His range is just so vast, and that is a gain from having been trained at the best schools, having gone up through the ranks, having been at Perry Ellis. It's always modern, and it always gives you something to look forward to, and it defines fashion. So, absolutely beautiful. We're talking about your collection. It was a great moment of beauty. It was very powerful. It was beautifully expressed.
Thank
now,
you.
look, all of these inspirations, how do you digest them?
You know, there's so many inspirations within the collection. We started out thinking about lightness, good feelings, and gentility.
Like the green runway with the bubblegum rock candy, waves of sweetness.
I mean, it was a bit silly and corny, but again, I just think fashion should be a bit lighthearted.
It resonates to his core group of fans. He is the Marc Jacobs cult. Sofia Coppola. And then you have all these wonderful friends who came out. Lil Kim.
Yeah.
Now that was 50 Cent.
Yeah.
New
Kanye
friend.
West.
Kanye West.
Who I
I
love.
mean,
You know, I'm very fortunate.
thank you so much.
Let me
I
kiss
love you. Congratulations.
Thank
Can't wait
you.
to see you. It's just about life. Cool. It's about living. And the relationship with Mark is that he loves life, and so do I.
From America's trendsetter to the French reinventor, all eyes are on Nicolas Ghesquier. Nicolas Ghesquier is the creative director for the historical French fashion house Balenciaga. Christina Ricci, Jennifer Connelly, and Gwyneth Paltrow have been spotted on the red carpet in Balenciaga's elegant creations.
Nicolas Ghesquier's Balenciaga shows are absolutely pitch perfect. I would describe Nicolas Ghesquier as one of the great original thinkers about fashion, creating modern fashion through line, detail, and the drama of clothes that are distinctly different from everything else you will see. I would describe him as a very quiet thinker and extremely focused. You always get there with Nicolas Ghesquier. Nicholas, welcome to New York.
Thank you.
Can you please sign my book?
Of course.
Well, when you were a little boy, was it a dream come true to be in fashion? What did you want to do when you were a little boy?
Quite early, I knew I wanted to work in fashion. I knew I wanted to be on that world. I was fascinated by that world.
You are also one of the designers that created a bag that everyone wanted 3 or 4 years ago, the big Balenciaga bag. What are you going to do for the next bag? Will it be a smaller bag, or will it be a big bag or soft bag?
First, I keep going with this one.
Okay.
Because this one is still really loved by women.
You dress incredible people too. I mean, to dress Nicole Kidman at her wedding is a big thing.
A dream.
It's a dream come true.
Absolutely.
The beautiful dress she wore to the Oscars, which was also very modern, but at the same time, in a way, like a great society lady's dress but for today.
I think she's so modern, and she knows absolutely what she wanted.
Yes.
I was very happy that she asked me to do something.
This year, you've had an exceptional year with this extraordinary collection for fall/winter that's now in the Barney stores, which is why we're here for your book. But there is something that I have to ask you. How does it feel to have your own point of view in a house with such a respected name as Balenciaga?
It feels very, very good. It feels very free, and I feel very privileged.
Well, it's great to be here with you in New York at Barney's.
Thank you.
And
Thank
all
you.
your friends look great in this club. Your clothes.
Coming from you, it's very special.
No,
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming up, they might look like burly lumberjacks, but you won't believe what the future of fashion has up its sleeve. Style maker André Leon Talley. Even established designers were once up-and-comers, like design duo Costello Tagliapietra. One of Andre's greatest talents is spotting the future tastemakers of the fashion world, like the industry's newest it boys. Design team Costello Tagliapietra. Having learned the intricate craft of dressmaking from their grandmothers, their dedication to quality has attracted celebrity trendsetters like Madonna and Debbie Mazar. What makes them special is the quality of what they're doing. It's almost as if you've suddenly planted yourself in a studio that could be in the Blue Ridge Mountains, but it's in Brooklyn, New York. Guys have got suspenders and flannel shirts and anchor tattoos and say I'm a dog. And I just think it's like Paul Bunyan's brother has fallen into fashion, and it's incredible. They're sitting in a beautiful, charming apartment in Brooklyn, struggling, and they're happy to be struggling.
We're really about the craft of fashion, and our main philosophy is to really create something that's beautiful, that's timeless, something that, you know, is more than just a trend, more than just something that's, you know, on the rack and easily sold. We actually have been here for about 8 years. We started this collection with $5,000. We put a little collection together, put a lookbook out, and that's how we got noticed by American Vogue.
There are all these little hidden details inside of the pieces. We use vintage lace trim.
We're really trying to bring it back to where fashion was, I think, you know, prior to the kind of globalization of fashion.
They are basically self-taught, which is incredible, but you can see that they're dedicated to make a dress that will look great on Diana Ross as well as Anna Wintour or Diane van Furstenberg. Fluid jersey dresses are some of the most difficult things to make. And to make them hang well, to make them look right, you have to know what you're doing. And they say that's what the old school does. I mean, I happen to think they're some of the best things that I've seen in a long time. What I can see is that you are so focused, and your focus is in Jersey, the Jersey boys. Your grandmothers, how did you just observe by looking at your grandmothers? Or
I just used to love sitting in the room with her, watching her sew. She sat me down and made me
taught you?
work. Yes.
At what age?
I think I was maybe 6 years old when she first put me on the machine.
Same thing. Like I used to sit in the my grandmother's atelier was in the basement, so we used to sit in the basement. And you kind of picked it up, and when we met, it was just kind of a weird irony that we both kind of grew up like that.
Look at this. They sew on this. That is amazing. That's an old machine. It's not even got a foot pedal. You're so big and brawny, and yet there's such delicacy to what you do. The simplicity of line and the simplicity of the dress looks like there's no thought behind it, but there's so much work.
All of the dresses are super easy to wear because you feel like yourself, you know. Just found out 2 things that I love too. This. And it has pockets.
Show us.
I love that it has the pockets.
We see that reaction when girls put the clothes on. They feel like they've discovered something. It's like these hidden treasures inside the clothing.
Practice is so important. Young people think they can just jump into the fashion world. It's still a hard uphill climb to get to the top of the mountain. Is it hard to go from month to month? How do you get the financial money to keep the thing going?
That's the problem. Month to month, it's always tricky. You know, you're always, you know, we sacrifice a lot, I think, you know, to keep it going. That's, you know, hence we do all of our own samples and
any personal income that we make goes right into the business.
Into the thing,
It would be nice to have some employees just so we don't have to do everything ourselves.
My advice to a young designer starting out is you just have to persevere and be tenacious and don't think it's going to happen overnight.
Thanks so much, André. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. They are wonderful to talk to, and I see them next year. We'll still be talking about them.
With an eye set to the future of fashion, André Leon Talley is a visionary who will continue to define and shape the style of tomorrow. He's influential, he's legendary, he's a fashion insider with a vision. Style maker, André Leon Talley.